that charity has revealed the secret exchanges former United States President George H.W. Bush had with the Filipino boy he sponsored over a 10-year period. Bush had to use a pseudonym on the boy. 7. When the sponsorship started, had no idea who he was. Bush, under the name George Walker, helped to fund education and meals. The boy, Timothy, learned his mentor's identity when he left the scheme at 17, and was stunned. The charity, Compassion International, said. The charity reviewed some of the letters to the Colorado Springs Gazette and later in an interview with CNN. Bush, the 41st United States President, died in November at the age of 94. Dear Timothy, I want to be your new pen pal, Bush said in his first letter in 2002, using the pseudonym, a combination of his first and third names. I am an old man, 77 years old, but I love kids, and though we have not met, I love you already. Here, I live in Texas. I will write you from time to time. Good luck. Compassion International is a Christian, humanitarian charity that helps children living in poverty. The former president first learned about his child sponsorship scheme in 2001 during a Christmas concert in Washington. It is thought his identity was kept secret because of concerns Timothy could be targeted if people learned he was corresponding with the former United States president. But this did not stop Bush from dropping hints in his letters. According to the charity's former president, Wes Stafford, who screened all the letters, he was known for being a trickster. Mr. Stafford told the BBC, Timothy, have you ever heard of the White House? Bush asked in one of his letters. That's where the President of the United States of America lives. I got to go to the White House at Christmas time. Here is a little booklet that I got at the White House in Washington. Even Bush's family had no idea about the letters until years later. Mr. Stafford said. He met Bush's wife Laura and their son Josh, also the former United States president, at a state dinner in 2008, and told them about the sponsorship. Laura teared up, said Mr. Stafford. George W. Bush paused for a moment and said, Yep, that sounds like my daddy. Along with letters, Bush 41 also sent presents, including art supplies. Bush received messages back from Timothy to thank him for his presents. Thank you for not forgetting me. You are so nice and good. Read one letter. When Timothy learned who his mentor was, he said it was life-changing. Although the charity has not been able to get in touch with him since, I love that one of the most powerful men in the world, without any fanfare, reached out to one of the poorest children in the world, said Mr. Stafford. I have a feeling that he did a lot of good things that we do not know about, and a lot of things we probably never will. The United States military says it has killed 62 fighters from the Islamist group Al-Shabaab in 6 airstrikes in Somalia. 4 airstrikes on Saturday killed 32 militants, and a further 2 on Sunday killed 28, it said in a statement. These were the deadliest air attacks in Somalia since November 2017, when the United States said it had killed 100 militants. Somalia has seen a sharp increase in the number of airstrikes and casualties since President Donald Trump took office in the United States in January 2017. A tally by the Bureau of Investigative Journalism reveals that at least 400 people have been killed in airstrikes since the beginning of 2017, far more than the previous 10 years combined. The latest strikes bring to at least 40 the number carried out in Somalia so far this year. compared with 35 recorded in 2017. The United States has a huge military base in neighboring Djibouti, from where it launches attacks on the militants. Mr. Trump gave the United States military greater authority in March 2017 to attack militants in Somalia. Traditionally, United States presidents have been wary of intervening in Somalia, since ATN Special Forces soldiers died fighting militias in the capital Mogadishu in 1993, a battle dramatized in the film Black Hawk Down. No civilians were killed in the latest airstrikes, which were carried out in coordination with the Somali government, the United States military said. Alongside our Somali and international partners, we are committed to preventing Al-Shabaab from taking advantage of safe havens from which they can build capacity and attack the people of Somalia, the United States Africa Command said. Al-Shabaab, which is linked to Al-Qaeda, has not yet commented on the latest strikes. Somalia-based security think tank the Higher Institute said in a report published in November that Al-Shabaab had been forced to change tactics following the upsurge in airstrikes. The institute said the group was now conducting fewer mass attacks on military bases, but attacks on government offices and businesses which refused to pay its taxes had increased markedly. The United States State Department, in its most recent report on terrorism, described Somalia as a terrorist safe haven, and said Al-Shabaab remained a threat. Despite suffering setbacks, the group retained control over large parts of the country, and the ability to carry out high-profile attacks using suicide bombers, explosive devices, mortars, and small arms. The report added, a poacher has been ordered to watch the Disney film Bambi repeatedly after he was convicted of illegally killing hundreds of deer. Missouri hunter David Barry, Jr., must view the film at least once a month during his year-long sentence. He was arrested in August along with 2 family members for killing the deer, taking their heads and leaving their bodies to rot. Prosecutors said it is reportedly one of the biggest poaching cases in Missouri history. On top of the jail sentence for the illegal deer hunting, Judge Robert George ordered Barry Jr. to view the Walt Disney movie Bambi, with the first viewing being on or before December 23,
2018,
and at least one such viewing each month thereafter. During his spell in prison, the 1942 cartoon about woodland creatures shows a hunt to kill the mother of eponymous deer character Bambi. The months-long investigation, spanning several states, led to the arrest of Barry Jr., his father David Barry, Sr., and his brother Kyle Barry, according to a local newspaper, the Springfield News Leader. While the total number of deer taken illegally is unknown, Lawrence County's conservation agent Tandy Barnes said it could be several hundred. Barry Jr. received a year-long sentence in Lawrence County Prison after pleading guilty to illegally taking wildlife. He has also been sentenced to a 1-to-0 term in Barton County Prison for a firearms probation violation, and both he and his father had their hunting privileges revoked for life by the Missouri Conservation Commission. The United States military says it has killed 62 fighters from the Islamist group Al-Shabaab in 6 airstrikes in Somalia. 4 airstrikes on Saturday killed 32 militants, and a further 2 on Sunday killed 28, it said in a statement. These were the deadliest air attacks in Somalia since November 2017, when the United States said it had killed 100 militants. Somalia has seen a sharp increase in the number of airstrikes and casualties since President Donald Trump took office in the United States. In January 2017, a tally by the Bureau of Investigative Journalism reveals that at least 400 people have been killed in airstrikes since the beginning of 2017, far more than the previous 10 years combined. The latest strikes bring to at least 40 the number carried out in Somalia so far this year, compared with 35 recorded in 2017. The United States has a huge military base in neighboring Djibouti, from where it launches attacks on the militants. Mr. Trump gave the United States military greater authority in March 2017 to attack militants in Somalia. Traditionally, United States presidents have been wary of intervening in Somalia since 18 Special Forces soldiers died fighting militias in the capital Mogadishu in 1993.